and the Vikings. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0. 3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be let out by their third-year quarterback. And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team. He finds his man complete. It's 4. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta. I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. Again, they turn to 4 to the 43, second down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta. Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. On play action, now McCarthy. He finds his man, complete. It's 4. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This is 2nd and 8. McCarthy off the play fake. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield. And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. From the gun, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Mayfield looks to throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. First down, here's White. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. The numbers for White a week ago. 17 carries, 109 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. It's caught, and it's out. He put it on the carpet. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take. And
now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Evans, the man in motion left. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got his big tight end here. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On the move to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rachaad White with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They will start this drive with 4. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
They held them to just 13 points in the game. And truthfully, you can't expect them to play much better than that. That's excellent defense.
This one brought in by Jefferson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. To the air with McCarthy. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here. On play action, McCarthy. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
The handoff to Ford up the middle, and I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. And remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield now. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Buccaneers hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. In motion left, Godwin. Here's Mayfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. In motion left, Godwin. Mayfield. Flushed out right. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Sliding out of the pocket. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And his kick is indeed good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Now McCarthy. And he fends him off. Buying time to his left. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's McCarthy. Incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
This 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. White again. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And this play's still live. He faked the spike. Going to throw it. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often. But it doesn't work out.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 10. In motion, the tight end. Play fake. Mayfield. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. 4th down. Here's Jay Camarda on to punt for the Bucs. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
This is Ford. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw McCarthy. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing, Mayfield. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And that is incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
And again, it's Mayfield. Flush to his right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
In motion left, Godwin. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2nd and 5. Throwing is McCarthy. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And this one will be brought back to the 22. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Following the interception, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. 3rd and goal and still a long way from the end zone. Back to throw here. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Michael Penix. From there, we'll head to Green Bay. Check out the Packers at home, Lambeau, and they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Christian Watson, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. A touchdown there for Jahmyr Gibbs. It was a solid first half for the running back, Rachaad White. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start here with a handoff to White. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
They run straight ahead here with White. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Delay of game.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
On the ground, it's Ford. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, Rashad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game. They go right back to White here on first down. 97 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Evans in motion. Mayfield now from the 50. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jefferson moving in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, McCarthy, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. They stay on the ground with White. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Mayfield looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis.
It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Buccaneers are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. McCarthy operating from the gun. That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
To the air with McCarthy. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. Looking to throw. McCarthy being chased out left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Buccaneers 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. To about the 33-yard line.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3.
Opting to run again here with White. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Holding. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. 3rd and 8.
Now Evans in motion left. Mayfield to throw it. This is White on the screen.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Defense.
So the big game. Not for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back and then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
Running out of the gun with White. Shifts by him. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. From the 20, here's 2nd and 3. A run up the middle with Irving. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny. And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Mayfield going to take it on the sneak. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you'd think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They run out of the gun with Irving. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Here's Mayfield. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Baker Mayfield scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Bucs are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. McLaughlin for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Matthew Judon in there to take him down.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Back to throw. McCarthy. And that will be incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. The Bucs ready to take over once again. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by White.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 46-yard line.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
127 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On third down, a run from White. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Tampa Bay, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.